Hey, yeah, we in the front row and it's so live.
Shout out to In the Front Row.
You'll see some of those highlights from Montrez and everyone throughout their
Hey,
drilling.
baby, front row the best.
Now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show.
Appreciate
Now
you
we
live
ballin',
and showing
homie,
the
you
world.
already know.
Keep it going,
Hey,
man.
it's going
Jackson in the
down,
building.
everybody so hype. High school to the pros. Now we in the front row. Now we in the front row. Yeah.
Back to the
Now
ship.
you in the front row.
How does
Let's
it
go.
feel?
Feels good, you know. I ain't
Bro,
seen
when
you
it's
in a
so
while.
live, got the best view, VIP courtside.
man, I'm hurt, but I'm
It's going
happy.
down,
You know, I feel
everybody
like a
so
champ.
hype. High
Of course,
school
you
to
know.
the pros, now we in the front row. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Hey, hey, now we ballin', homie, you already know. Hey, it's going down, everybody so hype. High school to the pros, now we in the front row.
Welcome, guys, to another episode here on In the Front Row, our YouTube channel. We are all social distancing. I can't say distancing. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's all good.
I'm not. Okay.
You can mess up. You don't have to be perfect.
Oh yeah, you're right.
These are
Okay.
the outtakes, Fredo.
There it is.
These are the bloopers we're gonna do at the end of the year. Okay. Welcome, guys, back to another episode here on In the Front Row, our YouTube page. We are all home and not in studio this week. It is social distancing time, but we still have a lot to talk about here on our YouTube page. My co-hosts are still with me, Shireen and Fredo. How are you guys doing today?
We're great. I'm great. How about you, Fredo?
I'm doing amazing. Just trying to stay safe like everybody else.
Yeah, we are unfortunately not in the studio, but hope to get back there soon. But we still have a lot to talk about, guys, even though sports world is pretty dead right now. The Hall of Fame induction was this past weekend, and the most notable people, especially for Los Angeles, was Kobe Bryant being inducted to the 2020 Hall of Fame class. Also, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, they also headlined the 9-person Hall of Fame class. So, guys, I want your reaction to this year's Hall of Fame class, considering many are saying it is the most anticipated class ever.
You go first, Fredo.
I mean, let's start off with, we all knew these three players, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Kobe Bryant, were going to be inducted one way or another. But it's just a great accomplishment to finally be named a Hall of Famer. I mean, that's what every single player always thinks about. They always want to be a Hall of Famer and a champion. And then now Kobe Bryant finally made it. It's just, it sucks that he's not here, but right now I'm pretty sure he's smiling his ass off right now up there and just knowing that, you know, he did it and he's finally going to be up there. And as well with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett, which those two were one of the two best power forwards we've seen in the last 20, 25 years.
Exactly.
And I mean, Tim Duncan, you know, he was winning a lot, but I got to give it to Kevin Garnett. I feel because that was the kind of battle. It's like, who's better between those two players? And they faced off a lot of times. But I mean, in that case, Kevin Garnett is just KG. He's the big ticket.
Yeah, well,
Sure,
how many
in
rings
your
do they have?
opinion, is this the best Hall of Fame class ever?
I
mean,
think
they got
it's pretty damn awesome. I mean, they each have a ring. Well, two of them
Duncan
have a
got
ring
5.
or two. Kevin Garnett has more than one, though, right?
No, KG only got 1.
You got one in
KG
Duncan,
only
right?
got 1.
Yeah.
And Duncan got
Kobe has
5.
Oh, she's got
5.
Yes.
and Tim Duncan has 1. So,
Yeah.
you know, they all played against each other, which is what I love. I was watching the 2010 game number 7 against the Celtics, watching
yesterday.
Lonzo, you know, play with a Band-Aid under his chin, and I was just like, oh my God. Watching Meta World Peace and Sasha hit the free throws, and it was just amazing watching that, and it really made me miss Kobe so much more. You know, I just can't believe he's not around. But, God called him first before he called all these other people from all over the world, for the coronavirus. I mean, what a year so far.
What a year. The 2020 Hall of Fame class, again, inducted this past weekend. And Vanessa Bryant went public about the Hall of Fame induction. I want to get your guys' reaction to her video. She said that it's really the peak of Kobe's NBA career, and he would be very proud if he was here today. So did you guys get a chance to catch that video?
Yeah, it was very heartening. You know, what else is she going to say? But she said it again very eloquently and with emotion in her voice. I mean, I'm sure she could care less. Like, she just wants Kobe back. It would have been nice to have Kobe and not the Hall of Fame, but I mean, it's appropriate. It was the first year he was eligible, And there's other people probably been waiting 20 years, but this just made a whole lot of sense.
Fredo, did you get a chance to see the video?
Yeah, I did, and I just thought it was very good for her. And I mean, she has some sort of power behind her in order to be able to be talking about him like this. And even, you know, because I believe who was it, ESPN, who reached out and had that interview with her. I mean, wow. I mean, it just sucks thinking about it, man. It's like, man, Michael Jordan had the opportunity to go up there and have his whole speech and whatnot, and every other player did, and then now Kobe is not going to be able to do that. And it's man, it's still tough, man. It's barely been about not even 2 months.
Yeah.
Not even 2 months since it's happened, and it's damn it.
He left a legacy of one-liners and he summed up his career. I mean, at least he had the chance to do all that. Like, you could probably put together a speech that he would make, because he probably has made that speech a number of times, you know, in interviews and stuff. And I've been going through his book. I got, since I was a season ticket holder for the South Bay Lakers, I got the Kobe's book. They gave one to everybody. So I've been looking at that, and I just can't, you know, watching that 2010 finals, that's game 7. I just still can't believe, you know, the iconic moment when he jumps on the table and puts his hands out and the confetti is coming down.
Falling. Yeah. That's a beautiful picture right there, man.
And they were behind by 10 points. You know, I was like, they weren't going to win that game. It was at the end that they sealed the deal.
It looked bad. It looked just like that game 7 against Portland. Like, they were down 13-15 early in the 4th or late in the 3rd, and just at crunch time, just kind of coming in alive. And the other game, because I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure you were watching it yesterday, the one on ESPN. But before that game, they showed game 6 of the 2008.
Oh.
Boston. And I was watching that when I was like, man, that was I remember, I mean, that was 12 years ago for me, for all of us, but I was young at that time, and I remember that game 2008, game 6, it was a tough loss. It was just very, very tough, and it hurt me probably, man, it hurt a lot to everybody. Losing to the Celtics, getting back to the finals since, you know, not having Shaq, and then him losing to the Celtics was not a good look. But man, 2 in a row after that against the Magic, against Howard, and then back against the Celtics at game 7, which was just beautiful, man. But man, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, man, the greatest ever, the greatest.
Yeah.
9 players inducted into the 2020 Hall of Fame class, including Kobe Bryant, who headlined the list, really.
Hey, and as well, I mean, shout out to Rudy Tomjanovich, man. That guy was one hell of a coach. He was one hell of a coach, and a hell of a coach for what, 2 months for the Lakers, right, Shireen?
Yeah,
About 2-3
something
months
like
before.
that.
Yeah, and he got called off afterwards, and I thought that was a great pickup, Rudy Tom. And then, you know, the health issues took him off the court right away. But that could have been something else. Who knows what could have happened if he would have stood Lakers head coach throughout that late 2000s.
I mean, my kids, you know, they were like, "Oh, I just miss Phil Jackson so much."
Yeah. It was weird. Those 2 years, I think it was 2 years without him, and then he came back again, and I wasn't happy with him coming back. I was just like, well, you left, why come back? You know, you and Shaq left, everybody else left, and left Kobe by himself, and with Smush Parker and Luke Walton.
Wasn't it partially Kobe's fault that they left?
Yeah, but then, you know, at the same time, why come back though? Like, I was just not happy.
He doesn't want to come back to Hollywood.
I mean, I guess it was all Jeannie Buss, right? Jeannie at the time, they were still dating and married, I guess, at the time. But
no, they never got married. They were
never
engaged.
did. They were engaged.
They never got married. Yeah.
Well, it's a very accomplished 2020 class. And remember to keep Vanessa in your prayers, especially. It's like Fredo said, it's only been a few months since that tragic passing. Moving on from legends of the NBA to somebody who could be a legend in the NBA one day, LaMelo Ball. There were rumors that came out, so I definitely want to talk about this. CBS Sports reported that the Warriors are not really interested in taking LaMelo Ball or James Wiseman, who played at Memphis, with their lottery pick in the draft. Fredo, I remember a few weeks ago or a few months ago, you said that this would be a good pick. Are the Warriors making a mistake?
No, they're not making a mistake. I personally do not think he should get drafted by the Warriors. It's not a good fit for him because, I mean, you already have Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson. Those two guys need the ball in their hands. And LaMelo needs the ball in his hands in order to be pretty successful, I think, unless he learns a way to kind of, try to fit in quickly. But his type of play style, he needs the ball in his hand. That ball's going to have to be in his hand most of the time. And I don't think it fits there. I don't even think it fits in Atlanta, even though it would be kind of impressive to kind of see him and Trae Young, Cam Reddish, and Collins as well down there in Atlanta. But I mean, the best thing for him is you got to get drafted by the Knicks. That's the best thing for him available. He got to go to the Knicks. I mean, going to that market it's going to be something crazy, but he got to be a Knick. He got to.
Not a Cav? Not the Cavs?
Yes, but I don't know.
Or the Nets with Kevin Durant?
I mean, that would be amazing too, because they, they got Kyrie and KD too, ball handlers. But I mean, who knows how this the draft lottery is gonna happen? Because one way or another, some team might end up with that number 1 pick who should have gotten the 6 or 7.
And when's it gonna happen?
Well, I'm not sure if I haven't heard that they've canceled the lottery yet, but normally it always happens in mid-May. They have not said anything about that because normally they can keep that in the room, do it quickly, and then boom, 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 this is who gets it. But I wonder what's going to happen. But, I mean, I hope New York missed out last year on Zion.
And they have Alonzo. They haven't been using Alonzo Trier. They have Alonzo. I don't know. Like, I could see him on the Pelicans. That could be a powerhouse team if he got some.
If the Pelicans one way or another find a way to get LaMelo on there, wow. I mean, I was watching a video. I'm pretty sure it scrolled through Instagram today. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the LaMelo and Zion 2 years ago when they were facing each other. I believe it was an AAU game. But it was just crazy watching those two kids playing together. I mean, they got a good squad already. I mean, they got Lonzo, JJ Redick, Drew Holiday. They got a good solid squad down there. And adding that guy, I mean, it's not, I don't want to say this far, but if they get him, they're going to the conference finals. Next year.
And he now owns a team in Australia, right?
Yeah. So you know what?
Did you break news?
Yes, I did some more digging over the last 24 hours, and I found out some more interesting stuff, which I was going to put it up tomorrow. I didn't know we are going to be getting this done today, but yeah. So
now's the time, Fredo.
Now's the time. So from what I'm hearing right now, it's not 100% deal closed just yet between the Illawarra Hawks and LaMelo and Jermaine Jackson. It's about 60-40. I mean, apparently they're saying one of the people from the Illawarra Hawks said that they kind of had some miscommunication with Jermaine Jackson over a few days ago. Apparently, Jermaine got the impression or understood differently from what they were trying to tell him, that the deal's about done. They kind of, talked numbers and talked the important things about the deal. But apparently they kind of weren't just, I mean, how do you say, they didn't shake hands on it. They said words to each other.
The word leaked out, and then they want more money now, you think?
Well, no. Well, the thing was that apparently something's wrong with the ownership right now in the Illawarra Hawks. Of course, they were, before LaMelo got there, they were the bottom team of the league. Okay. And they were trying to find a way to kind of get rid of the team, sell it. Apparently, they've been having money issues. And Jermaine Jackson, throughout, when he first got there a few months back, they started talking about purchasing the team away from them. A few months back. So this is nothing new to them. This is something they've been working on for a few months already. And then it finally kind of came to an agreement, but a verbal agreement. And I guess Jermaine kind of took it out and, spilled the words and say, hey, now we own a team. And then the NBL ownership out there, now they're kind of like, this is something that's not done yet. You shouldn't be talking yet. But there's been no word from Jermaine Jackson just yet. After the NBL put up a statement just a few hours ago, I believe it was early this morning. So they put a statement out there. You can visit them on the at NBL on Instagram and check that out. But apparently the deal should be getting done in the next few months. The deal should be done, but apparently they're still looking for other suitors. But LaMelo and them, they already got their hands in, especially what LaMelo did to that community. I mean, they just kind of,
For
they
that
built.
community, not to the community.
Yeah, for that. I mean, they did a lot of things right there. So it's a
Yeah.
bit crazy, but yeah, I did hear right now that the deal is kind of in place, but it's not finalized.
I
just yet.
see. I see. Okay, good news.
I guess we will see moving forward. Fredo, we look forward to that article from you about LaMelo Ball. Guys, I have another NBA kind of thing here because ESPN recently played an archive game of LeBron James when he upset the number 1 team in the country in high school of Oak Hill at the time in 2002. So it got me thinking, guys, LeBron has gone on to be one of the best NBA players of all time. Who are your top 5 players of all time?
Whoa, Shireen, take the floor first.
What'd you say? Who? What?
Who are your, if you had to rank them or name 5, who are your top 5 NBA players of all time?
Of all time? Wow. Well, I mean, my float. My favorite Laker of all time is Metta World Peace. I feel like we wouldn't have won that Game 7 without him.
Yeah.
He played defense like nobody, and Kobe brought him on to the Lakers because when he played against Houston, he hated it. So he's like, shit, I'm going to get that guy on my team, right? So, I mean, I'm just going to throw that one out there. Shaq has always been, I know these are Lakers, but Shaq has always been one of my favorite players. And I go back to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, without him, the Lakers wouldn't have been winning back then. So those are 3. You have to put Michael Jordan on there, and I'm like, I guess I have to put LeBron James on there.
Seriously, I want to see what he does if the season resumes. No.
Remember, everybody circles around and ends up on the Lakers, including Rajon Rondo, okay? So even if I'm picking Lakers, they were on 20 other teams.
True.
Fredo, do you have a top 5 list?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of thinking about these amazing players. I mean, I got to go, I guess, with my 5th best player of all time. I got to give it to Larry Bird. I mean, I've seen a lot of tape on Larry Bird. I did not get a chance to see him actually, at the time, but I have done my work. I thought Larry Bird was going to be a better player overall than LeBron James, but this was like 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And now LeBron kind of, won in Cleveland a few years back, so that kind of pushed him a little more over the hump. But before that, I had Larry Bird at 5. Maybe you got to throw in, this is going to be a crazy one, but I'm going to throw in Jordan at 4. I mean, for me, I'm going to throw in Jordan at 4. And maybe throw in, I got the last 3, you got to have Magic Johnson at number 3. And you got to have LeBron at 2, and you got to have Kobe at number 1. I mean, I go Kobe.
Did I forget Kobe?
Yeah, you did.
You can't for me, you can't do a top 5 of all time. You just can't. It's a different game.
Yeah, it's hard to
kind of give me a decade. I'll give you the decade's 5 best, but Kevin Durant, you got to put him in there. Steph Curry, you got to put how could you not put those guys in there? Will Chamberlain,
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, and I would say number 5, I would put Bill Russell. I know he's a Celtics, and you guys aren't the biggest.
Wait,
Celtics.
didn't he win like 8 championships against high school teams back in the days?
It's a decade thing. Number 4, I would probably go Kobe. Number 3, Kareem, who actually on Today in History broke the all-time scoring record. And then this is the difficult. I would probably put LeBron at 2 and still MJ at 1. It's a difficult debate, but I think by the end LeBron could pass him. I still think you have to give it to MJ. Just something fun to debate here, guys. I do want to move on from basketball because there was some NFL news this week that I do want to talk about. And it's about Antonio Brown. In the headlines again, guys. He was spotted recently working out.
Is he coming back?
I'm sorry?
Is he coming back?
I guess he was spotted recently working out with his cousin Hollywood and working out with Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Does Antonio Brown have a future in the NFL? And if so, would he fit with the Baltimore Ravens?
I mean, if I have a chance to get Antonio Brown to work out with me and I'm a quarterback, I'm going to do it.
True. Get some good reps in there.
Right? So, I mean, it couldn't be nothing more than, hey, you want to work out? But I don't know if anybody's going to bring him back in. But maybe they'll pay him really a lot of money to work out with him. Because you want to work out with someone who's going to catch the ball and see how your skills are, especially for a new quarterback like Lamar.
Mm-hmm. Fredo, do you think he holds a future in the NFL?
Not anymore. Not after him being one of the biggest divas anybody has been in this past year. I mean, complaining about the helmet and not being smart about his feet as well. Remember how ugly those feet were when he had them, and it's just him and his just complaining too much. Just complaining too much, man. That's just I don't know. But thank God he's been getting rid of every single team after the Steelers and whatnot. But I don't think so. I know he's probably begging them up there in Baltimore to, hey, let me play a year. Let me show you what I got. I know he's probably begging as much as he can right now, but I don't think it'll be a good fit. Hopefully he does, because that means that they're gonna have some drama in that ball club and they're not gonna be able to play so well. But
remember when Chad and Terrell came back and they went to play?
Who?
Chad Johnson.
Right, when he came back
and Terrell Owens went back to play together, and they barely gave him the ball. And every time Chad got the ball, somebody would hit him like they wanted to take him out, like literally like they wanted to take him out. So divas get hurt a lot because they become targets.
I think it's a difficult subject. I think that all he's done, between the sexual assault, between the leaked phone calls, videos, everything like that, I think he's kind of dug his own grave. Personally, and I don't think a future holds right now, unless he gets some help and shows that he's a changed person. I don't think he holds a future in the NFL. And I think, if you want my honest opinion, being a Ravens fan and being originally from Maryland, I think he'd be a terrible fit for Baltimore. And I mean, yes, the man is talented. The numbers over his career speak for himself. But you have a quarterback who still is developing in the passing game. You've seen Antonio Brown in the past when he hasn't gotten his target. He's thrown quarterbacks under the bus. And I think Lamar Jackson, it's a heavily run-based offense. And you're not going to get as many targets as you really want if you're Antonio Brown, yes. Because if you think the Baltimore system, they built that around Lamar Jackson. They're not going to change because Antonio Brown is coming in, because what they're doing is working. They won 14 games last year. So I think, honestly, it would be a terrible fit. If you want my honest, and as a Ravens fan, I don't want him to come to Baltimore. I get he's talented, but I think it calls for too much drama. Their culture there, you saw their culture last year with Mark Ingram always protecting Lamar Jackson. You saw their culture there, and I think their culture is set. I don't think you need to bring any negative factors into that locker room to impact the culture. But I guess we will see. That's just big news this week. Antonio Brown working out with Lamar Jackson. Was it just a workout? I guess we will see, guys. The coronavirus obviously is still going on. That's why we are not in studio, and President Trump participated in a conference call with all major sports commissioners yesterday, actually. So I want to get your guys' reaction to the call. Apparently there's reports by Woj, who's the ESPN reporter, that says Adam Silver wants to lead the way back into sports resuming because of the NBA obviously was the first major sports league to suspend their season indefinitely. He wants to lead the way back in. Trump also told the commissioners that the NFL season should not be postponed. He believes that it should start on time. So I know we're dying for sports to get back. What do you guys see? What do you think is the state of sports moving forward? How soon can you see the NBA possibly coming back? And do you think it's a good idea for Adam Silver to say that to the president?
I think Adam Silver, without him, we wouldn't be quarantined. So hallelujah for Adam Silver. Adam Silver for president. That's what I think. Number one. Number two, he'll do it if it's safe. And if it's not safe and they can't figure out a way, he's not going to do it. And he shouldn't. And the president was urging everybody to get back in the stadiums because that's what America's all about. Oh, but you don't think we should die from it, right? We don't want to die. We don't want to kill off the athletes just for the economy. So that's my opinion. He's a fool, the president. Adam Silver for president.
Wow. I mean, I guess nobody really knows right now. In my opinion, no one really knows when we will go back to normal, because right now this is not normal what's been happening for the past few weeks and whatnot. But I think what he said about the NFL being ready to go by late August, early September, I mean, I don't see that being a bad idea, because I mean, it seems like by July they're saying maybe everything should be good to go by July. So I mean, I'm pretty sure training camp was preseason that starts in late July. Everything should be ready to go on time. But in the NBA problem, I mean, Adam Silver was the lead to kind of do the first move, but I don't think he needs to be the first one to kind of bring it back. Maybe baseball.
But his league was the league that was at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So he either says no, we're just going to push it till next year, which sucks for the Lakers. But everybody's getting time off. Maybe it's good, and maybe everybody will come back healthy, and we start all over again next year. I mean, the NFL draft is still going on, but it's not going to be in Las Vegas. So, I think we should just pray for the good of the world, and hopefully we'll be back in stadiums.
I agree.
Or empty stadiums.
The NBA, is under the most pressure.
Can I just say something? I just want to go to a goddamn Dodger game. I should have been at a Dodger game by now. And
can I say something about the Dodgers? Oh, you guys.
April 5th. Come on.
All right. When I vacate, I miss baseball. Baseball is it's up there in my top two sports. Like, I would love to work for MLB Network. I love baseball, and it better get back soon. But I went to Dodger Stadium when I vacationed here, and the Dodger dog is overrated.
No.
I don't like it. I don't like the Dodgers.
I
grew up on them, but
they're good. They might be
garlic fries, though. The garlic fries.
Garlic fries. Those are good.
Those are the bomb.
Yeah, garlic fries. But the Dodger dogs are pretty good, man. You can't disrespect a Dodger dog.
No, I wasn't impressed. I'm a person that I want to hit all
pressing your buttons, Fredo.
Yeah, see. Wait, okay. Let me ask you a quick. How did you eat that Dodger dog? Did you put all this stuff on it? What did you do?
Oh, I don't remember. It's been a year, Fredo. I can't remember.
Come on, man.
All right, we're all going to a Dodger game, and we're gonna load up Dylan's dog, and he's gonna eat it, and he's gonna be happy.
So let's go to the all-you-can-eat section. There's an all-you-can-eat section. You get all-you-can-eat Dodger dog. Nachos, you get it all.
The outfield,
right?
all you can eat crap. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we're running out of time, though.
We'll vlog it. We'll see if you change my mind.
Okay.
I actually Dodger Stadium. It was fun when I went. I've only been once, but it was. I can't wait for baseball to get back, and hopefully, baseball may be the first sport back. Considering I think you can play baseball with no fans over the NBA with no fans. Do you guys agree?
True, I guess.
All of it's going to be sucky. I would rather see basketball than baseball.
I think that's a difficult one for me.
I just want something. Just give us something. Give us a WNBA. Give us a WNBA.
What do you mean the WNBA? Why should women risk their lives?
Trying not to be greedy here. I just want
something. All right, let's not be sexist. Let's get on. I think we're going to get kicked off our Zoom thing soon.
Yeah, we are. So we're going to wrap it up. Guys, hopefully sports will be back in the future because I do want to go to Dodger Stadium again. I'm a huge baseball fan. And we're all going to go. Yeah, we're going to do the vlog. It's coming up for you guys when baseball season resumes. Can Fredo change my mind on this Dodger dog? We will.
Yes, delicious. While you're at it, I'll throw in a beer so you can taste a lot better with that.
The beer is $20, by the way. $20.
Yeah, they are. Hey, but they did a whole new thing out in the outfield. I want to check that out because they said they got bars up there. They got it all crazy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they were getting ready for the All-Star game, but apparently no All-Star game this year.
Yeah, baseball. If you're looking for food, I'm saying. Before we wrap up, go to Camden Yards and get the waffle fries, the Chesapeake Bay fries.
Camden Yards. All the way to Baltimore?
Yeah. You got to travel there.
Fly me out there. I'll go. I lived out there.
Is the best baseball or the best ballpark in baseball. You can't argue.
Hey, give it up for Cal Ripken. That's a baller right there.
Yeah, it's a great baseball stadium. If you're in the area, you need to go if the season resumes. Guys, we are going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining us as we're quarantining in our homes, trying to give you a little entertainment here on In the Front Row. We will be back next week. Make sure to follow us on all social media pages at In the Front Row LA, and also subscribe now so you do not miss our shows and our Dodger Dog debates. Guys, we'll be back. Fredo, Shireen, thanks for joining me. And we will be back next week. Subscribe right now.
Hallelujah. Yep. Subscribe right now at In the Front Row on YouTube. Right?
Down there.
You're watching In the Front Row. row. Best place to be. If you wanna find me, yo, I'm in the front row. Got 2 tickets on me, I'm in the front row. The best place to be, I'm in the